Righto, just arrived out at Goldberg Valley Campground. It's in the day use area here. So we'll just do a quick review on what I take camping, why I take it camping and how I pack it. So let's just get into it before it rains, shall we? Righto. Let's have a quick look. Up the top we've got the tank bag here. Inside this I carry my drone, my camera, wallet, a few other things, knives. I've got a few ropes, some goggle cleaners and stuff in that bag. So that's easy access. I can get a hold of it and grab it while I'm sitting on the bike. I will get all these bags and empty them all out on this little table over here and just show you exactly what is in them. I've got the Mosko Moto 35 litre Outback Panniers on the side here, and I've got the two, I think they're 5 litre, 6 litre, maybe 6 litre bags on the pockets on the side. So on the front side here I carry 2.5 litres of water, and the same on the other side, gives me a total of 5 litres there. And I've got the MSR fuel cans in the back here, so I can carry 2 litres here and another 2 litres there. That'll get me about an extra 120 kilometres of range, so it's just handy to have that little backup. Pelican case up the top. Righto. In this side, what I normally carry, my tools, my clothing, I've got an axe on the side and a few other little things, so that's not stuff I need to get out as soon as I stop. This other side, I've got all my camping gear. So in there is my tent, my sleeping bag, mattress, I've got some hammock, tarpaulin, a few ropes and just things. So when I pull up, if I'm going to camp here tonight, I would just open that bag and just get everything out of that. My camp's set up and it's good to go. The Pelican case up the top, that is just full of food. Got my stove in there, little gas stove, coffee, very important. Definitely got coffee in there. It's probably half full of coffee. Actually, I might have a coffee. That's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, up here for thinking and down there for riding. Anyway, okay, on top we've got our flip-flops, because the last thing you want to do is wear boots all day while you're camping. So they're great. Get out of the tent, chuck my flip-flops on. What's in here? Okay, I've got actually my pillows in here. So this is my tent side, the other side's my tool bag side. Because these are interchangeable, I can just put either one on either side. The tool bag, the reason I've done that, the tool bag was a bit heavier, and on the BMW F800, I don't know if you can have a look here and if it shows, you've got the exhaust pipe on that side, so the pannier is actually further out that way, and this one's a bit closer to the bike. So the heavier bag I always tend to just put on this side, whichever one it is. So that's the one with the tools in it, and that's the one with the camping gear in it. We'll get stuck straight into the camping gear bag and I'll show you what's in it. One pillow, one tent, one table, one hammock, very important when you're drinking coffee. That's the tarpaulin, Ticket to the Moon, that goes over my tent, and a blanket or a sleeping bag depending on the weather. In the tropics here, usually just a blanket is plenty, and I normally don't sleep under it, I sleep on it. One blanket, one hammock, one tarpaulin, one pillow, one table, and a tent. I think I ran out of room on that side, and I've got my, from memory, I've got my mattress on this side here. So we'll get into this side and we'll have a look, see what's in there as well. Righto. So right on top, first aid kit. I should get a black pen and write first aid on that, but that's the first aid kit right on top. Got a tripod here. A couple of extra lenses to match my camera, and I've got batteries, charging stuff, everything else in this bag. my mattress I was talking about. I used to use these packing sacks or packing blocks, whatever they call them. This is a double-sided one, so what I do is I keep my clothes on one side, my clean clothes, and then the empty side I put my dirty clothes in there. So when I stop somewhere and I've got to do some washing, I can just take this into the laundromat, open up, there's all my dirty stuff, and leave my good clean stuff on the other side. That's in there. And lucky last, my tool bag, which is probably a bit heavy at the moment, and just a few cable ties which should be inside the tool bag. That's that done. Okay, in the beaver tail I carry a hammer and a raincoat in here. Again, just easy access, and I can just open up these top two. I normally don't worry about the bottom two. And so there's my raincoat. It's a bit wet, I've been driving through a bit of water, and a hammer on this side. I've also got the Mosko motor cables here, so if I'm in the city and I need to be away from the bike, I can lock it up on the bars here. So that's what I carry in the beaver tails. I quite like that beaver tail because it's just easy access. Everything's in there, it's not going anywhere. Same, 2.5 litres of water, 2 more litres of fuel. Beaver tail on this side has my axe. Undo this, I just loosen these little stainless steel, I don't know, they're cast alloys, G-hooks off these tabs, and I've got my axe in here and I can just pull it straight out. Great for scaring away crazy people, great for acting like a crazy person, and also handy for getting firewood, chopping up firewood, and more importantly for if you're on a track somewhere or a road and a tree's come down across the road, at least you've got a bit of an option there to hack away, to make a bit of a clearing so you can get past any obstacles as well. I also use the back end as a hammer for tent pegs or anything else I need to use it for. I do like this one, just a cheapie from Bunnings, but it does have this little protective case, which I do like, so someone like myself doesn't cut themselves. That just clips in there. There's just above the molly webbing, there's another little loop guide and a Velcro strap. You click in there, and then I just do this back up the top. So it's all quite simple. They're a well thought out, well designed bag, these Mosko motors, and it's quite obviously that the people that designed them and built them ride motorbikes. Well, adventure bikes mostly. That would be my guess, because that's it. Easy as that. Good to go. Let's just roll on. Righto, the Pelican case on the back. Let's have a look. What do we got on top? Some beef jerky. I've got a towel, which is great. I've got 2 towels in here, doing well. There's another towel. Some spoons, and this is just basically all camping gear. I'm not going to pull all this out, but there's the coffee plunger is in there. I've got some tea bag coffee, some LED lights, big can of gas. Nothing worse than running out of fuel, so I know a lot of people like to carry the small tins for convenience. I just take one big tin, and if I'm going to go away for a while, I'll even if it's half full, I'll just get a full one and just use a half one for shorter trips. My jet boil stove, the Minimo, and just a bit of food, cup, matches, and some spices. Almost forgot some spices in this one for cooking. Righto, move on to the tank bag. Righto, inside my tank bag I carry, like I said, my camera gear and my drone. I've got the drone out of the bag at the moment. I've got my little Peak Design bag here. That's just great for walking around town. You chuck your wallet. I can chuck a Osmo Pocket 2 in here as well, which is what I'm recording on at the moment. So that's just handy as an all-round carry round. There's the controller, which generally I would set up. I think I showed it earlier, set up on the phone up there. Straps hanging onto there. There's the drone just sitting loosely inside there. Another cloth, got lots of cloths. My PLB, personal location beacon. I've got just this little raincoat, pocketable one. That's quite good. It's quite dry too, so if it's heavy rain and I'm just hanging around a camp, I can just pop that on if I need to go for a walk somewhere. And I've got a torch in here, which is always handy to have. And then I've got my drone bag in here as well, so which I might put the drone back into its case. So that's the drone bag, and that sits nicely, I don't know if you can see it down there, that sits nicely straight down inside this SW-MOTECH tank bag. And normally, depending on the situation, I would put my digital SLR camera, which is I normally take the Sony 6400 with I think it's a 16mm Sigma lens, and I'll normally just sit that inside the tow here. So again, I've just got easy access. I can sit on the bike, I can just grab the camera out, and at the moment I've got the drone sitting here instead because I'm using that a bit more today than I would be using a camera. So that just sits in there like that. Throw a bit of other stuff on top. It's all in there, it all fits, and it's all good. Okay, so basically that's everything I carry in the two side panniers, two side panners. Pretty simple, not really a lot of gear. Heaviest thing would be the tools. Why I carry it? First aid kit, obvious reasons. Someone gets hurt, you can look after yourself, you can look after someone else. I recommend always carry a first aid kit because you never know whether it's you or someone else until it happens. If you haven't got one, crikey, you'll be in strife. Moving along, we'll just go in any random order here. I've got my Cedar Summit pillow here. That is essential for me anyway, having a pillow to get a good night's sleep. I couldn't say more about that. And that's quite a good pillow. It's like a normal pillow. Don't like to blow up pillows much, so they don't do much for me. But that works really well. I do have the tarpaulin here. You've probably seen it in a few other videos, set up over my tent. And that's great. It just keeps it, especially if there's a bit of rain around, a bit of light rain, a bit of mist, that just helps keep everything a little bit drier as well. Hammock for days like today, where I don't think I'm going to camp out here tonight, but I can just throw this up in the tree down by the creek and kick back and drink a coffee as you do. Up here, like I said earlier, I've got the blanket here. If it's going to be cooler or it's going to be cold weather, I'll take a sleeping bag. I've got a couple of sleeping bags, so depending on the temperature, what I need. It's just a nice soft blanket in a Cedar Summit day bag. It's not an airtight bag or anything, this one, it's just like a carry bag, but I can actually squash it down reasonably well and then jam it into my saddle bag on the side, just so make a bit more room. Mountain design table, just a chuck up table. That's just handy. That's normally the first thing I get out when I pull up for camping. So I'll get this out and I'll set it up, and then I can just start putting stuff on it as I'm going, you know, like my tent pegs or whatever. Anyway, talking about tent, here's the tent. Tent's in there, tent poles are in there, everything's in here. That tent came from Anaconda, it's called the Kakadu. I paid at the time maybe $60 for it. Might have been on sale, I'm not sure. I was in there a while back and they were $79, but I think I paid about $59 for it. But, and that's a few years, that's probably about 6-7 years old now, that tent. For a cheapie, it's still doing okay. It's starting to leak when it rains heavy, which is why I've got the fly here as well, just to help cover that up. Okay, I've got my Trek Standard mattress, air mattress in here. This is actually my wife's mattress. Mine was way too big, so I stole hers. Shh, don't tell her. Hopefully she's not watching this video. So this is actually a bit short, this mattress for me, but it's wide enough. So I'm a side sleeper, so that's plenty wide enough, this air mattress. And I don't care if my feet sit down, hang on the ground. I'm normally sleeping on that blanket anyway, so that doesn't bother me at all. Again, there's my clothes, as I mentioned earlier. I've got a dry side and a dirty side, actually a clean side and a dirty side for my clothes. Tripod, me photo tripod, just handy, goes with all the camera gear. The camera gear for recording videos like this. So there's the A6400 in there, I've got another lens in there as well, shotgun mic, and just a few other little things, lots of batteries. And my tool bag, which has got a tool roll in it, tyre patch kit, a couple of tubes, it's got an electric compressor, and it's also got a hand pump in it as well. So I'm not going to open that up again, it's just tools. We all know what tools look like. So plenty of videos on what tools to carry on your motorbike. Maybe that'll be a separate video and just by itself. Well, there we go. That's pretty much all the gear I carry if I'm going camping. Okay, I didn't time that, but I reckon that took probably, I don't know, less than 10 minutes to pack away. So it's not too bad. And then when I get home, I can just lift these straight off, which is even easier. So I get home, I can take them straight off the bike and put them straight into my shed, and that's it. And if everything in here is clean, what I'll do is I'll just leave this in the shed as it is. So when I want to go camping, I run downstairs, I can pick this up and I can just walk to my bike and go, that one's ready to go. Grab the other one, which is exactly the same. I can just pull the pin, lift it straight off, throw it back on. I just need to get my dirty clothes out of this one. But providing everything's dry and clean, I'll just leave everything in these saddlebags. Dry food in here's okay, unless I'm carrying eggs or a bit of steak or some cold sausages or some meat. Again, I'll just leave everything in there as well. And same as the tank bag, there's a little clip on the front here. I can just pull that and that'll come, if you unplug the cigarette lighter, and that'll come off, and again, that'll go straight into the shed. So the whole bike is back to its bare basics in minutes, really. I'll just chuck that back on there. That's it. Let's a couple of magnets to locate this into place, and it just locks back onto the tank there. I'll just plug back in my 12 volt USB adapter, which has got 2 cables running into it. So I've got a USB-C and a micro USB, USB-C and a micro USB charging cable in there. So I can just charge my lights or battery banks or anything else while I'm riding along. So that's pretty much well it. And I'll leave this out because I think someone might be going for a swim and laying in a hammock. All right, done like a dinner. Righto, I'm just going to go for a walk down the creek here, and I don't know if I'll have a swim. So it's hot and muggy, but it's not, well, it's not really hot, it's just muggy. The temperature's not too bad, it's probably about 28 degrees, so nice in the shade, but I might just go down there and just wash my face, have a splash, and get on the bike and ride around and go exploring to see what we can see. But where I am at the moment is in Wooroonuran National Park. This is Goldberg Valley Campground. So you can get online, you can book some camping spots out here. And it's not too far from Cairns, so if you're a Cairns person or live up in North Queensland, you're probably about 45 minutes from the city. And you're in this beautiful rainforest spot. It's at the foothills of Mount Bartlefree. So it's all lowland rainforest. And absolutely stunning place, great place to come camping. Hopefully I don't fall in. That's the joys of North Queensland. You've got places like this you can go off and explore.
Driving slow, racing
I hope you enjoyed that camping gear review. If you did, please subscribe, help support the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.